Browns and Broncos in prime time on Saturday night, Mary Kay, 8:20 Eastern on NFL Network. They play the Broncos at Mile High Stadium. It will be their second primetime game of the year. Now, the Broncos look defensively. Their numbers aren't great. They're 24th in yards per game, 26th against the pass, 19th against the rush. But the thing that they do have is a fierce pass rush, and it's because of Von Miller, who's been around since 2011 and has been getting after quarterbacks, won a Super Bowl because of him, and now they've added rookie Bradley Chubb.
Wow, and those two guys together have 25.5 sacks. Von Miller is second with 13.5, second in the league, and Bradley Chubb, whom the Browns passed on at number 4 overall in favor of Denzel Ward, he has 12, and he's on pace to set the rookie sack record, the record that Myles Garrett wanted last year but couldn't get because he suffered a high ankle sprain. He's on pace to set that record with 15 sacks this season. You can bet he's going to want to get some on Baker Mayfield.
And Von Miller is eyeing a little bit of history, too. He's a half sack away from the Broncos' all-time sack record. So a couple of guys that are chasing history for the Broncos. And the Browns, look, they faced a really good pass rush a few weeks ago against Houston. They actually held J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney at bay for the most part. But this is a different pass rush. Joel Bitonio talked about it today. They just, whereas J.J. Watt is a little more powerful, there's more speed in this Denver pass rush. So it'll be interesting to see how this line plays against a different type of rush.
Yeah, it really will be. I mean, this is the speed rush that'll be coming at them from both sides. And again, when you've got that 1-2 punch like that, two guys in double-digit sacks, and Bradley Chubb is only getting better as the weeks go along. His 12 sacks, he only had 1.5 through the first 5 weeks. Through the last 10 games, or 8 games, he has 10.5. So he's getting stronger and stronger, and those two guys just work really well together. So tremendous, tremendous challenge for the tackles in particular, Chris Hubbard, Greg Robinson.
And for Baker Mayfield as well, who has shown so much good pocket presence and an ability to extend plays while looking down the field. The good news is the Broncos are banged up in the secondary, so maybe Baker and the Browns can take advantage of that. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Broncos went a different direction at quarterback this year. They went out and they got Case Keenum. He hasn't exactly lit the world on fire for this team. They are 17th in passing offense. The real problem, though, the Broncos have is they traded Demaryius Thomas to the Texans, and now they've lost Emmanuel Sanders. Their 2 top receivers are out.
Yeah, that is not going to help their cause at all. I mean, just in the last couple of weeks, they've lost their best receiver in Emmanuel Sanders and their 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback in Chris Harris. And I just think that really hurts this football team, especially on the offensive side of the ball with no Emmanuel Sanders and, like you said, Demaryius Thomas. They've got rookie Cortland Sutton, who is their other leading receiver now in the absence of those guys. But I just don't think they have the firepower really to get the job done.
And now where they will try to attack the Browns is, of course, on the ground. And that's where undrafted rookie Phillip Lindsay and another rookie, Royce Freeman, have been very good. Lindsay almost to 1,000 yards already. He's been one of the surprise stories of the NFL. So the Broncos are going to go after that kind of shaky Browns run defense to try and maybe set up some of these other receivers filling in for Sanders and the traded Thomas to try and open things up for them.
Yeah, not only is he 33 yards shy of his first 1,000, well, he's a rookie, his 1,000-yard season, becoming only the third undrafted rookie since the 1970 merger to rush for 1,000 yards in a season. He also leads the NFL with 5.8 yards per carry, and that doesn't match up very well for the Browns' very challenged run defense. They have struggled in that area.
And the Browns will try and get some turnovers off of Case Keenum as well. He's a guy that likes to gamble and honestly maybe doesn't have the skill level to gamble as much as he does, so maybe the Browns secondary can take advantage of that. I'm going to pick the Browns in this game, 27-23. They go on the road. They get a primetime win. The whole nation, well, if they aren't already falling in love with Baker Mayfield, they do it after this game.
Yeah, you know what? I struggled a little bit with this game just because, again, it's on the road, it's far away. Both teams have playoff implications. The Broncos really, really need this to keep their playoff hopes alive, as do the Cleveland Browns. And I do think that it is going to be a tough challenge to hold off Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, who's going to have a little extra incentive to get some sacks against the team that passed on him. I'm still picking the Browns, though. They're on a roll right now, and I think the Broncos are going in the other direction. I'm saying Browns 24-20.
All right, we'll have full coverage of the game, of course, on Saturday night, all at cleveland.com/Browns.